Hello, my name is Victor Nagy. I am the product manager of the environment group at GitLab, and we are the group working on the GitLab to Flux integrations. In this demo video, I would like to show you how easy it is to get immediate Flux synchronizations by using the GitLab integration with Flux. By default, without this integration, Flux either updates from a Git repository at the configured interval, or you need to set up a receiver, a webhook, likely an ingress together with that, and you should manage token to authenticate your webhook calls with Flux, and then Flux will trigger this synchronization. Now, you don't need any configuration at all if you use AgentK together with Flux from the project where AgentK is installed. Let me show you how it works. Here I have a very simple project that only installs Flux and has an airbag configured. I installed, in this case, AgentK separately just to simplify the example demo, but you could install AgentK with Flux as well. And I have AgentK already set up in my cluster. You can see in the cluster, the Flux system namespace, that's where Flux is running, and the GitLab agent namespace where the agent is running. My agent configuration has nothing specific to the feature that I'm demoing right now. This is actually the configuration I used a month ago when we released another feature. And this is everything I have in my cluster: the core Flux installation and an airbag, again, from a month ago. Now, let's see how actually the cluster will be synchronized. I will show you one more thing here in the Flux installation, this interval spec under Git repository. This is set to 1 day, which means that Flux, given its configuration, would check my Git repository once a day, and I would need to wait 24 hours to get any updates from this repository to the cluster, or I need to set up a receiver. Let's see how it works actually with GitLab, as we have this receiver behind the hood in the integration. I'm going to modify this airbag file here. I will just rename it to something else. And then I will switch to the other tab where, oh, this is the previous reconciliation, sorry for that, where we'll see how the reconciliation will actually play out. So once I commit the changes, it's immediately picked up by Flux, and the new cluster role binding was created, the old one was removed, and the reconciliation is done without any configuration at all, actually. I just need AgentK and Flux. Now, in the current release, as this is the first iteration, we have one limitation, namely, actually two, I would say. Namely, it only works with Git repositories. We have plans to add support for OCI registries, for the GitLab OCI registry specifically. So if you use the GitLab container registry with OCI images to store your manifest for Flux, you will be able to use the same trigger mechanism there. The other limitation today is that it only works if the agent is registered with that specific Git repository. We have plans to extend it to multiple repositories, so you will be able to reference other repositories in the agent configuration that needs to trigger this update mechanism as well. This is to come. We would love to hear your feedback in the original issue. That's part of the release post, so you can find it easily. If you have any feedback, please share it with us.